Hi, Peggy here. I've had several requests about doing the crocheted mohair wood cap for the dolls. Here, just a minute. This. I don't know, it's really late in the afternoon. I've been working on a doll today. This one. Needle felting her little face. But, and so I'm getting a late start on the video. But I wanted to talk about making these mohair wig caps. And I'm going to use this cheapo Red Heart yarn to show you how to start these wig caps, because it's a lot easier. This is just for visual purposes only. I have another video about how to actually crochet with the mohair and pulling these fibers out away from the core as you are crocheting. And so you'll have to watch that one in coordination with this one that I'm going to show you. But it is really simple. It's like making a stocking cap for your doll. And so what I do is I crochet 1, 2, 3 single crochets. And then I slip stitch in the very first one, just like that. And then in that first stitch, see that little hole right there in that first stitch? I actually do 1, 2, I hope you can see, maybe I should have used white, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some people use a magic ring and they can tighten it down so they don't have this little hole. But after you get clear done with the wig cap, you can use this tie, this loose end that you began with, and you can sew that little hole closed. You can gather it closed with a yarn needle. That works really well. That's a really good shortcut. I had little patience for using the magic ring and closing it down and keeping a hold of it. So that was 8 double crochet, and then you join it with the very first one with a slip stitch like that. Now the secret to doing these caps for the doll is you want to make however many rows out that it takes, like 3 or 4, but they all have to be flat. All the rows for the first like 3 rows need to be flat. So every row you'll have to increase. It means you'll have to do more stitches in this row than you did the previous row. So I'll do 2 in each one of those. So the second row will have 18. And then the third row I'll double crochet 2 stitches, and then I'll do 2 double crochet in 1 stitch, so there'll be 18, like 26. And so as you're doing these, you want this cap to be flat around the, let me get a smaller head here. You want the cap to be flat around the crown of the doll, around the crown of the doll's head, flat. And then after you get it big enough to be flat all the way around the crown of the doll's head, like that, then you don't do any more increases. You just do the same amount, whatever was in that last row. As a matter of fact, I don't even count as I'm making them. I just keep my doll head close to where I'm working, and I just make however many rows it takes to be able to get to the crown of the doll, the crown of the head on the doll. And then I don't do any more increases at all. I just do stitch for stitch, the same amount, until I make the cap as long as I want it from the crown of the head down the side, down the back of it. Usually what happens is it'll be 3 rows to get to the crown, and it'll be flat. The top part of the cap will be flat, and then it'll be 3 rows down, which is exactly the same amount of stitches that was in your last row up here, down here, and that'll make your cap, and it'll fit right on that doll's head, really slick. I'm going to stop this video and finish these next couple of rows so you can see what this flat cap is going to look like. And then I want to talk to you about these different stitches, because when you're using mohair, don't use a double crochet stitch. You want to use either a single crochet or a half double crochet. And the reason that is because you want these caps to be fuller. You want them to be thicker, so you have more little fibers that you could brush out for your doll, so your doll has more hair. If you use a double crochet, see, you got all these little holes in there, and you're not going to be latch hooking any yarn into here, so you want it to be nice and full and thick and tight, so that you get nice full coverage. See how that's nice and flat? Okay, we're going to have one more row. So I'll stop this and then I'll start again in just a